In this video, we're going to look at miscellaneous questions. What are these? These are just questions that I have categorized separately other than what we've covered so far. So it could be a combination of one or more errors, or it could be a completely different pattern. Let's look at some example sentences and understand this better. So let's look at our first example. It is noteworthy to note that India had pioneered the use of non-cash based payment systems. The phrase that is highlighted is noteworthy to note that. And my options are is noteworthy that, is notably that, is worth to note, is noted about. And then of course I have no correction required. Now what is the meaning of noteworthy? To make, to bring to notice, right? Something noticeable. So it is noteworthy, and then I have again to note that. It's almost a repetitive meaning, which is not required in this context. So can we look at what are my options and what can we take? It is noteworthy that India had pioneered the use of non-cash based payment systems. Seems right. It is notably that. Incorrect. It is worth to note. India had pioneered. It is noted about. India had pioneered. Again, all of the other options are not a logical fit in terms of completing the meaning that the sentence is trying to convey. So we go with our first option. It is noteworthy that India had pioneered the use of non-cash based payment systems. Noteworthy means, like I mentioned earlier, something that is worthy of notice, right? And in this context, that's the exact meaning that we need, because it's talking about a great accomplishment that India had done. It's a pioneer for the use of non-cash based payment systems, correct? So we're going to go with option 1 here. Let's make that change. It is noteworthy that India had pioneered the use of non-cash based payment systems. Let's move on to our next example. While the company made great strides on the environment front, it has updated its HR practice. Now in this example sentence, it is important for us to look at clue words. Now, can you identify any hint word which will help us arrive at the answer for this question? Any hint words? So when I say hint words, I'm talking about things that bring in a contrasting meaning, or things that give me the same meaning, like a synonym. Correct. While is an antonym hint word, right? While, rather, but, yet, although. So in this context, while the company something, the environment front. So let's look at the first sequence of the sentence and see what meaning is it conveying. While the company great strides, meaning it's made some progress, which is a positive statement. But then I have while, which is a contrasting hint word, which means the subsequent part of the sentence has to give me something negative. Right? Now let's look at my options. The highlighted words are make and has updated. Now if I look at my options, I have again option A, make, will update. Both are giving me positive meaning. B, making yet update, which means the change is yet to be updated. C again, has made yet update, yet to be updated. Okay. B, made did not update. Now this is the only option where the second part of the sentence is giving me a completely negative meaning, right? Did not update. So complementing the contrast clue word while here. So I would say while the company made great strides on the environment front, it did not update its HR practice. That's where while comes as a perfect fit in this context. There was some progress made, but what happened was the HR practice did not update it, right? So in this context, option D is our best fit. Let's make that change. So while the company made great strides on the environment front, it did not update its HR practice. Let's look at the next example. They came in quiet so as not to wake the others in the dormitory. Okay, and the highlighted phrase is quiet so as not. What are my options? Option 1, as quiet as not, so quiet as not, so quiet that not, quietly so as not. Now I have the verb came. They came in. How did they come? So this word quiet is only giving me additional information about the verb. So it's modifying the action word. Now I know that the word that modifies the verb, right, is an adverb. And I know the form of an adverb, right? It has the suffix ly. Most often, usually, correct? So in this context, from my options, the only option that gives me that is option 4. They came in quietly so as not to wake the others in the dormitory. Alright, let's make that change. So they came in quietly so as not to wake the others in the dormitory. So in the miscellaneous types, we just looked at 3 examples. So, there are various others, but it's good to have a base knowledge on looking for contrasting clue words, synonym clue words, cause and effect clue words, because, as, since, right, descriptive clue words. Also, this is pretty much more on the lines of word class, right? Parts of speech. What form do I need here? Adverb, adjective, and also if there are words I'm bringing in repetition, then can I eliminate them to ensure that the meaning is complete and intact.